the bill, and I agree with at the outset the views expressed by the honorable members of different parties who have put forward their views in opposing this bill. Sir, I would like to know from the Treasury benches that the Parent Act that was passed, after it came into existence, the Supreme Court had given various judgments upholding the Parent Act. The Supreme Court had embraced the Parent Act. The Supreme Court did not found it ultra-virus or going against the principles of natural justice. And the Supreme Court in Pune Municipal Corporation upheld Section 24(2). In Radicap Finance, the Supreme Court upheld Section 24(2) and said it is a statutory right. In Balaji Nagar, in Shivraj, in Velaksan Kumar, these are the landmark judgments given to the Supreme Court. The government has no reason or rhyme whatsoever to bring an amendment. Sir, this is nothing but a dictatorial attitude of government bringing such a legislation without reason, and these are based on nauseatingly vague assertions of the need for development, sir. A mention was made over here that the Honorable Finance Minister in his press conference stated that if SIA is asked for, then this will lead to a sabotage by a neighboring country. I would like to know what kind of arrogance and ignorance is this, that you allow FDI and PPP in defense. That is not a threat to national security. But when it comes to social impact assessment, the Finance Minister says that this can be sabotaged by a neighboring country. The government talks about, my request to the government, sir, they ask for suggestions. Show me one democracy in the whole world which has such a legislation. Show me one government in the world which takes lands from farmers, from people and resources, from fishermen, and gives it to private individuals. We cannot give any example in any democracy wherein such a law was enacted. If you want land development, and who's stopping it? And this talk that industries development has not taken place, sir, we would like to educate the Honorable Prime Minister that in 66 years, yes, development has happened. The development that has not happened, which we wanted, that is true. But to say it has not happened, and I have an Alauddin ka lamp which I rub and everything happens, what's going to happen? Sir, let me also put, why can't the government ask the government to go for private purchase? Cochin Airport is the biggest example of acquisition through consultation. Ahmedabad has done a study on it. Why can't lease be happened? I have just heard, sir, and this amendment are against Article 14 of equality. Why do I say that? Because what kind of favoritism is this, that when it comes to industrial corridors, land can be acquired, but I want land to be acquired for preservation of wildlife. What about preservation of wildlife? So that is why this goes against Article 14. Your amendments are extra constitution. They will not stand the test of law as the Parent Act has stood and withstood the test of law. Sir, the government argument is about eminent domain, where I agree eminent domain is there, but eminent domain cannot go against Kameshwar Singh Supreme Court judgment. Justice Mahajan found that even if the Constitution did not expressly provide that a public purpose was required for employing eminent domain, such a condition is employed. That is what the Supreme Court said. So this argument of eminent domain has to go along with right to equality. Argument of eminent domain has to go with public purpose. And lastly, sir, before I conclude, I think so that maybe I might be wrong, that we did a mistake as of hindsight, that why did we amend, why did we bring Article 44? What was the purpose behind bringing Article 44 of Constitution? Why did we amend Article 31? Did we bring in 44th Constitutional Amendment? Did we amend Article 31 so that our resources of poor man can be given to rich people? As I can give an example, Telugu Desam people have just now set up Hyderabad. In the tenure of Telugu Desam and other governments, 88,000 acres, sir. 88,490 acres was given to private individuals. The CAG report said 88,000 was given to 1,000 people, and the CAG report said no public purpose was served. Is this the exploitation you want, sir? Is this the exploitation wherein our resources will be taken away? Let me give a classic example of Maharashtra. Warasgaon Dam, 161 hectares of land was acquired. Now what we see after Lavasa has come, around the dam, houses have been constructed. So where is the public purpose? This amendment, this bill is nothing but a tool to exploit the people of India and to ensure that in this farce of development, you want to ensure that all these corporates can take away all our resources. That is why, sir, I oppose this bill. I oppose all this amendments the government is moving, and this is extra constitution. And lastly, sir, my last point is, this government stands by the theory of integrated humanism of Pandit Deendayal Upadhyaya. Pandit Deendayal Upadhyaya strictly opposes theory, but in his theory he said about land, about forest. Where is your ideologue theory? Why are you not standing by the theory of your ideologues? Thank you, sir.